Welcome back, everybody, with another episode on the 44 Pod with your host, Mr. Hollywood himself, and my co host, Mr. Hernia, aka Stays Herny. The beard's looking good. It's finally going back
Yeah,
because,
it's
man,
coming back,
was
baby.
that shit looking rough.
Hey, come on, man.
But, yeah, man, I would say we're recording on Sunday today, guys. I've been really, really fucking busy. My schedule's been flipped upside down. I've been training more than usual, and putting more work into some stuff that I'm trying to get to accomplish. Hopefully, in 2 weeks on Friday, two weeks from now on Friday, and we record, I could like, yo, I got what I was hunting for, and I really wish I can say that. Staying very positive, just training, 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 so I can get to that point, so I can come on here and tell you guys, hey, man, I fucking did it, and I can tell you what I've been doing. And
Yeah,
if I don't say it, then obviously I didn't get it. So, not gonna bring that up. Other than that, my wife started school on Monday, so she's been getting after it on
yeah.
schoolwork. That's why I like my
Shout out.
background, guys. It looks a little more different than usual. Like usually, I'm recording. My whole setup was like all right here. I changed that because my wife's setup is now behind me. I got her a desk and all that good stuff, so she can
Let's go.
get all good. I kind of like it
Yeah,
this way, to be honest with you, because she doesn't play no video games or anything. And I stopped playing games like 3 months ago.
yeah,
But if we did play games, it'd be kind of nice because obviously, I could just talk to her. She'd
yeah,
be
yeah,
behind me, but that's not gonna
yeah.
happen. But yeah,
Coming
man,
up.
I've been busy with that. Perfon launched his new shirt the other day. I've been
Yeah,
trying to catch up on orders with that. Unfortunately, I've been fucking really, really fucking dude. I getting up at 3:50 in the morning because I work out really early in the morning before I start, and I
yeah.
come home around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, bro. Not no excuses is what I'm making here, but buddy, I'm fucking tired. I got sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Um, yeah, dude, it's been fucking
Uh,
pissing rain while we're training, and obviously it's
love it.
like the wind's blowing, so
Yeah,
everyone's just fucking wet or miserable. I love it, but I mean,
yeah.
it
I
got
couldn't
me
do it.
sick. So
I couldn't do it. If it was me, I couldn't do it. So shout out
yeah, we
to
had a
you.
few people quit on the first day, and it wasn't even
That's
like anything crazy. It was kind of funny. So I enjoy that shit, but
yeah. That'd be me.
yeah,
I'd
man.
be right with them. So
But yeah, man, how you been, Herno? Talk to me, big
good,
dog.
good, man. Like we talked about the other day on the phone. School. This is my last week of the summer semester, which is great. Um, didn't end the way I wanted it to, but I was telling my sister about it. Like, it's not that it was bad. Like, I finished. I think I'm gonna finish up with a B in this class. And for reference, I had to read. I just retook this class because I failed it in the fall. So obviously that's a huge success, right? To go from like a F basically, it was a no pass. It wasn't even an F, but it was a no pass to a B. I think that's a huge step up. But for like myself, I try to hold myself to at least some type of standard. So I feel like I've kind of like let myself down with that. But on the positive side, the other class I got was like a 97. So overall, a pretty good semester considering it was like 16-week classes into 6 weeks. I feel like I did pretty well. So um, yeah,
Yeah.
but we're moving on. It's like Bill Belichick. We're on to Cincinnati, and I'm gonna enjoy this next month away from school and just kind of recharge the batteries a little bit. Football just ended our summer session, which sucks, but we ended on a high note in terms of our skill players. I mean, they kicked some ass their last day, which is great. And in terms of my guys, the line, the big boys, the big hoggies, we'll see. I mean, I hate to come out with that answer, but that's just what it is. Unfortunately, the numbers are a lot better than we had last year, but it's just a mixture. It's a different mix every day. So hopefully we get a little bit more consistency with that. But I mean,
Yeah.
man, if we can put it all together, I think we're going to be really good this year. So um, I'll try to keep everybody uh, in the loop on that. But man,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
everything's good, man. Healthy. That's all I can really ask for, man. So
I would say that's a dub if you ask me.
yeah,
Um,
man. Overall, yeah, it's been great.
It's good, man. It's good. It's really good. A lot has happened, I would say, regarding football.
Yeah, I
Training
agree.
camp just
Definitely.
started.
Yep.
N- Yeah, I was gonna say there's new players in different threads. Um, some that should have been in different threads but stayed on the same team because of health reasons. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of funny seeing like players that could have been and should have been. Rumors, players that are trying to still free agents trying to get on teams. So yeah, man. I mean, we'll get straight into it. Erno, what have you seen so far? Um, regarding some news that you would like to talk about first before we get into some other stuff.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the biggest storyline, and obviously it's kind of a local thing, is obviously the Niners. The injury bugs already struck in Santa Clara. Um, you know, and this is like it's funny. Like I know I just made like a joke right there, but like it is kind of a serious thing in the sense like like Kyle Shanahan just got in a car accident. Basically, I think it was uh either earlier in the week or last week or something like that, and I think he broke like 3 ribs. Like there's all kinds of shit like that happen to him. And but from listening to your boy Grant, he said that once the cameras were gone, he came out to the field. He said he was moving slow, but he was out there in the field, which is good to hear.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
he didn't miss the first day of training camp. And then obviously like they did name an interim coach. I think it's just one of those things like they just did it as a placeholder, like just to get them by, because obviously this is going to be something where he's going to be recovering for. I mean, it could be into the preseason, so I think they're just kind of like, hey, let's just get you healthy for the regular season, and you don't have to worry about preseason. Obviously he's going to be around, and he's going to make the final decisions for a lot of the roster, like we've always talked about. But I think in terms of the day to day stuff, just kind of keep him away and just let him get healthy. So I think that's the big one. The other thing I saw too, also to kind of with your Niners, and we'll probably just start with the Niners here, is I saw clips of Mike Evans. I got to be honest with you, man. Just I think your boy Ricky kind of looks better than him, and maybe it's just the
I would
age
hope
thing. Like
so.
he's just younger and
I
faster. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Mike Evans flash. Like you can see, you're like, man, that's Mike Evans right there. And then there's other times it's like, oh boy, like I don't know how much longer he's gonna have. So I think it's gonna be really
yeah,
interesting to see where his role fits in that offense, because I feel like Kyle typically likes a guy that can kind of stretch the field, and then he has a guy, like he likes to cover all levels. And I feel like between Evans, Kittle, and even CMC, like he's gonna have like 3 or 4 guys kind of in the same role. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how he works everybody in together. Um, and then kind of listening about like Stribling, like that's the guy that the Niners took in the second round. People talking about how the Rams wanted him, and I think that's bullshit. I think if the Rams really wanted him, like you figure out how to get him back. You trade back, or you figure out a way to get him. So I think it's just kind of BS. I think it's just trying to like appease Niner fans that still aren't happy with that pick. Um, but yeah, man, let's talk little Niners for you, big dog. How we feeling? What have
I,
you heard?
Okay, I mean, I've heard pretty much the same thing. Also, like, just to make a disclaimer or whatever, is like obviously we know it's like the first day of training camp. So like
It's
when
literally
me
the
and her are
first day.
talking, yeah, when me and her are talking about it, we're not like, oh my God, we're like, this is what they're gonna be like the whole season. Like, like it's none of that. We're just specifically speaking about what we seen, what we heard based off the first day, right? And anything can happen, anything can change at any given moment of each day of training camp. So just to make that disclaimer, guys, don't fucking come out of our throats and stuff. So to add on, or just to piggyback off what you said about like the Stribling pick and the Rams. I honestly, obviously, you take it as like a not at face value, but like obviously there's gonna be some sort of context. Like, I don't think that the Rams were like, "Yo, we're gonna get this guy in the first round," because I think Stribling on everybody's board for the most part um, was either second, late second or early third. And I believe to some sort of degree and context that I believe the Rams did want him, but I don't think they were going to take him until like the late second, early third. if that was, I don't think it was going to be like, hell, the Rams want him like as a first round pick, because I don't think anybody had him as a first round pick other than the Niners in the way Kyle and John Lynch phrased it, in their consensus, whatever the fuck they said. So just to clarify on that a little bit, Mike Evans, looking slower than Ricky. I mean, I'll take that all day just because. Ricky is a third. He's going in his third year. He's been playing hurt for the first and the second year. You know, he got shot, whatever, dealing with those knee injuries. So yeah, I'm really happy to hear that Ricky's looking pretty good because I heard the same thing and I seen the same things. Like he's looking pretty fucking smooth out there, moving pretty fast. And if I would have to guess, I would say that the Niners should use Ricky as a deep threat and Mike Evans as a like a consistent third, like gimme balls, like every time, like you need a third and six or it's third and six, third and eight, you need a conversion for first down. It's probably more than likely going to go to Evans. You still got Kittle dealing with his injury. He's starting the season on the pub list with along with like a few other players, which I'm really not surprised about because I mean George Kittle's hurt every fucking year. Um, and you guys know how I feel about that. Like, dude, they need to just rip the band-aid off and fucking let him go. Um, I think CMC, what I heard is that he's looking fucking faster, quicker, looking better than he was last year. So that's really positive. Keelan Black, our third round pick, which people say the Niners picked way too early. Um, yeah, I mean, I heard good things about him. He's looking pretty fucking good. Yeah, so I'll say there's a lot more positive coming out of training camp than negative in regards of like players, but again, this is only the first day, so something too crazy. um
Yeah, I
yeah,
I,
man.
I do want to add on too. Like I saw a video too. I think I sent it to you on Instagram. I thought it's really like it's a really nothing video, but I just thought it was funny. Like someone took a video of Nick Bosa and we're like, you can tell which leg he tore or which leg his ACL, like what he did, and it's like, well, no shit. Like he didn't move his leg like he did his other leg for fucking months. Like
Wow.
what do you expect?
Yeah.
Um, But and then like I saw there was a video of like him on the bag, and he looks good. And then you see Romello on it, and obviously he's a little bit faster, and it's just one of those things where it's like when someone's coming back from a major injury like that, like it would be kind of shocking to see him pick it up. But yeah, I really don't have anything else on the Niners. And speaking of knee injuries, unless you want to keep going with the Niners, are you good with the Niners? You
Nah,
want
I'm
to?
good.
Speaking of knee
Nah.
injuries, your boy, your goat, Patty Mahomes was just cleared completely to participate in practice and get all his shit going uh, after he tore his ACL. Now, a lot of people were saying that they think, and this is conspiracy theorists to up to the wazoo, man. Like I personally don't, I'm not on board with this, but a lot of people think that he kind of like it's kind of a phony, like he didn't really shred his knee like the way that they're saying, like kind of a tank job. Um,
Yeah.
I don't really believe that, but I mean, what says you, man? Like, is it surprising that he was
um
cleared from an
I
ACL injury? And I think he did it in, I want to say November, so that'd be roughly
remember something.
7, 8 months. So it's basically a month early. I really don't remember when the knee injury is. Let me look real quick. Um,
yeah, while you're looking for that, I guess I'll give my little take on it. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think, because I look at it as like in as a player perspective, like, and as a competitor that he is. I
oh
wouldn't be
shit.
like, yo, this guy is like faking anything or like, saying this and that. Like, I genuinely believe that
Okay,
he was hurt.
he tore his left ACL and LCL December 14th, 2025.
So
So,
January, February, March,
so that's an extra
April.
month that I gave him. So he got,
So 7 months.
yeah,
Well, I mean, look at fucking Fred Warner, dude. That dude is ready to come back in the playoffs.
yeah. So I think something that kind of like falls to the wayside for people is you got to understand when these guys get hurt or they have the injuries and everything like that. A lot of the time, like when we hear, oh, he's going to return in 6 to 9 months, right? Typically, when a doctor gives us analysis or the recovery time, that's under the expectation that you're doing rehab or PT like once a week or twice or whatever like the minimum is basically. Um, so we don't know what his recovery was. Like there's a like he could have been going 3 times a day. We have no fucking idea. Anytime you go if you go on online and Google sprained ankle, how long is it going to take me to recover from a sprained ankle? And it says, let's say it says 4 to 6 weeks. That's under the assumption that you're an average person and just are doing the bare minimum to recover,
Yeah.
basically. So, I don't think, I mean, it is quick. I will say that it is quick, but I think as well, like he's in a position, he's not cutting a whole lot. It is part of his game, so that'll be the part that's interesting. And I'm assuming he's going to be braced up for at least the first you know, I'd say a couple months. Kind of like Brady,
Yeah.
like when Brady tore his ACL, he played with a knee brace for like a really bulky knee brace. I think that first season he came back, and then since then he had a brace, but it wasn't as like apparent that he had it on like a Philip Rivers or anything like that. So I just
Yeah.
think it's funny that people. I think it's because it's the Chiefs and all that. Like if this was Trevor Lawrence, like I don't think anyone's calling out or crying for conspiracy theory or anything like that. But I just think it's funny that it just coincidentally happens to be the Chiefs and it happens to be Patrick Mahomes that it's this big
Yeah.
conspiracy and he faked it so they can tank and all this stuff. Because um, I mean,
No.
realistically, like I'd understand maybe if it was like, oh, they got like a top two pick, then maybe I could buy it. But it's like they barely got to. I don't even know what pick they had. What, 9? Something like that. Like they're barely in the
They
top
had a
10. So
yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it's kind of a nothing thing, but I just thought it was really funny, so I wanted to bring that up. And then
It's always something.
kind of a big one that's in your division, the Cardinals. Well, there's two things that happen with the Cardinals. Obviously, I think the biggest one for some people is
Jacoby
Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett.
He got agreed to a 1 year deal for 15.5 million, and I think he was already penciled in as the starter. I think, given the money, he's probably going to be the starter, which I think is good. I think Carson Beck can take over once they go 0-6, or 1-5, or whatever the record's going to be. Let him take over and then see if he's going to be the guy or not. Um, Feels like, I mean, pretty much a nothing thing, right? Like, pretty obvious that he was going to agree to some type of deal because I mean, where was he? Where were they going to trade him to? Really, like Cleveland's
Yeah.
got 9 quarterbacks. That's not going to happen. They're not going to trade him to the Ravens because they don't need him. Uh, the Jets
Oh
don't really need
yes.
him. They got Geno, so that one doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense. But and then the other thing as well. I guess I want to say it was today or yesterday. Uh, at a presser after practice, people were asking the Cardinals offensive coordinator about Jeremiah Love, and he basically just didn't acknowledge, very minimally acknowledged him. Just said he's a rookie running back and didn't really say anything. Really was talking about the other running backs in the room. Given that they used a pretty high profile pick on him, this is kind of
Yeah.
similar to like the Raiders with Genti last year. Like when you use a high profile pick, like the expectations this guy's going to play a pretty important role. What do you think about that? About him just kind of he didn't not acknowledge
Yeah.
him. Like he acknowledged him as a player and everything, but he really didn't get into like
Pessimistic.
his role and
Yeah.
anything like that. Yeah. So what is your thoughts on that?
For me, yeah, I've seen that happen before. Like to be honest, like me personally, I don't really like it when coaches do that sort of stuff because I mean, like you're it's like that dude that how would I would play this? It's like you're good and you're just trying to like be cocky without being cocky, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean that in the sense of like, okay, everybody knows you guys like obviously anybody with a fucking that watched the draft and knows whatever like that you choose a really high pick, the first pick in the first round to get the best running back in the draft, which was Jeremiah Love, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy was the number one pick for a fucking reason. You guys used it. Stop trying to play it off as like, yo, this guy's just another running back. Like, okay, and what I mean by that, it's like, okay, he is a rookie, and obviously he's gonna have to do with a lot of work. He has a lot of work to do and prove his worth in the league. But it doesn't neglect the fact that you guys used a really high pick in the first round to pick the best running back in the league. I mean, in the draft. So like I don't know why they're trying to play it like that dude's trying to play it off like, yo, dude, like, yeah, it's whatever. Like, obviously
Yeah,
behind closed doors, you're fucking getting your hands and knee pads out and you're like, dude, this guy's the fucking best or whatever. Like, dude, it's
yeah,
kind of common sense. Like for me, it's just like don't try to play cool and like play it off. Just, like I'm not even like I would say like we're not even asking to be like, hey, like um like glaze him up a little bit, but like, dude, just be like, hey, he's doing pretty well as a rookie, just something,
yeah,
because that sort of me that shit kind of bugs me a little bit, because then you as a player, if you're there, you hear that sort of stuff, and you're like, okay, like you were just telling me like how good I've been doing or whatever, and then you go on the presser saying like, yo, I'm just whatever, you know what I mean? That's just
yeah,
kind of
for
dumb to
sure.
me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's one of those things where, unfortunately, I think it is kind of our fault. When I say our fault, I mean either you can blame the fans or the media, but unfortunately, when a player gets kind of hyped up and, oh, this is a generational player and this and that, unfortunately, they get these kind of expectations placed on them, and then when a team kind of backs those up with taking a player, that player with the high pick, it kind of leads to these things where, like, if a coach or somebody doesn't glaze them publicly, then it's like, oh man, like there's drama there. And um, but on the flip side, I agree. I think coaches do. I think a lot of these time coaches try to downplay everything and try to uh, make it a big secret that this guy's going to have an important role. It's like, no shit, he's going to have an important role. He's the number 3 pick in the draft. It's the
Yeah,
same thing like last year when Travis Hunter was picked. It was like, oh, is he going to play offense, defense? It's like, oh, we're going to give him a look at both sides. Like, you should kind of have an answer pretty early. And obviously, we see what happened now. Now I think he's full time on the defensive side. So, um,
yeah.
yeah. And then obviously, before training camp started, there was kind of big news for the Raiders as well. They signed Jermod McCoy, who was the player or was the cornerback from Tennessee in the draft with the
Yeah,
knee
how is he?
condition. I
Yeah, how
like
is
him.
he? Have you
He
heard?
looks really.
I
I
I
think
know
he
you
looks
did.
really good.
For now, for now, right?
I think he's going to be good. Everything to me says this guy's going to be good. I would have taken him in this. If it was me, I would have taken him in the second round, third round. So the fact we got him in the fourth, um, I think he's going to be really good. Now, do I think he's going to be a guy that's going to play for 12 years? I don't know, because the knee thing is really legit. But um, so far, so good with him. And then obviously the big one, Mendoza also signed right before rookie training camp, which it was obvious he was going to sign before training camp. This wasn't going to be something that carried over very long. Just the way he carries
54
himself.
million.
Yeah, that's the price of the number 1 pick, man. We'll see if he lives up to it. He's got quite a bit of work to do, and obviously there's no
I,
pressure
I
on him, which I like. I will say I just was looking right now just to see if there's any other breaking news, and like there's an article in there that
I got
says
one.
that the rate. Yeah, we go after you, but like it says Mendoza will compete with Cousins, but there is no but they're not competing with each other. Makes no sense. I don't I don't understand what that means really, but I think it's pretty obvious that he's gonna have to really light it up in order for him to be the starter early in the season. But yeah, we'll see. I think to me, Raiders camp wise, it's just the rookies. I thought right now. I think they started early last week, um, and then the vets going I think tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, my biggest thing is I'm just hoping to hear that defensively we look good, and obviously that should be the
Yeah,
case early on. But I really like you said before, I'm big when the pads come on. Like that's when you kind of figure out what your team's going to look like. So as long as we just stay healthy this whole training camp, I'm good with that. But yeah, let's go into what you
yeah.
wanted to talk about.
I want to talk about a little bit of Raven football, baby. Flock,
Oh,
baby, flock.
please do, because I do have some questions for you.
Okay, it's literally only one thing. I
All
guess a
right.
big talk in the draft about a specific player. His name was Diego Pavia. A lot of people thought is Groot is one of his favorite guys, whatever. Obviously, the Ravens ended up signing him. I would do. Would I say signing him or just picked him up and then let him compete for a contract? I don't really know. I just know he was on the Ravens, and the Ravens finally cut him like what, like 2 or 3 days ago. I would say 2 days ago, before
Yeah.
training camp actually started. Unfortunate
Yep.
for him, because I had really loved to see him play and ball out, which I think he's gonna get picked up by a different team or get signed to the practice squad or something. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Flock away, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious. When a team cuts you, especially as a quarterback, when a team cuts you before training camp starts, I think it's pretty clear that you're not passing the eye test in the shorts and shirts. So, um, yeah, I think if I was him, I'd call it wraps. I really don't think a team's gonna pick him up. He's 5'7". You're taller than him, and he can barely throw the football, an NFL ball, I should say. So, I just don't see where he goes. I mean, I can see someone doing
You'd
it
be
to sell some
surprised.
ticket. I can see a team doing it, like picking him up to sell some tickets. But
Hmm.
I really don't know how many. Yeah, I don't really know how many tickets he's gonna really sell. So, if you had, I
Yeah.
guess, since you think he's gonna go somewhere, where do you think he'd go?
A team. So he's low threat. So I would think a team that just needs some like backups. I would say, I'm thinking NFC. Uh, Niners, and not the Niners, not Seattle, not the Rams. I can see him going to Tennessee. I can see him going to. Fuck, dude, that's probably about it. To be
So
honest with
just
you,
Tennessee.
yeah, Tennessee. That's it.
Interesting.
Nothing. Yeah, that's about it, man. That's all you got. I mean, maybe if I thought about it really hardly, I'd probably think a different team, but um, that's it right now. Probably all I got.
All right, all
Let me see.
right.
Maybe the Jets. Low key, the Jets.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Colts.
Um, so I did want to talk. Nah. So I did want to kind of touch on a couple things because it was brought to my attention um, that I need to. Well, I want to do this. First, I want to put my hand up. I want to show some accountability. I got to do a better job of fact checking Rigo. Okay, so and when I say that, I don't mean it.
Yeah, I be
I don't
saying
mean it
shit.
in
I
a.
be saying
I don't.
shit.
I don't mean it in a bad way or anything like that. But like, it was brought to my attention that Rigo mentioned about Lamar that he only has one playoff win. That's not true. He's got more than one.
He has
Not
like
that.
two or three. Two or
Uh,
three. But at the end of the day, does it really matter if you don't win an AFC championship game? So
um,
for the people that are trying to fact check me, yeah, absolutely go for it. Say whatever you got to. I'm obviously exaggerating when I say certain things. Is it a truth? No. 100%, 100% not the truth. But like I meant what I meant by that, because I'm just focusing on that specific thing, is that like, yeah, Lamar's been to the playoffs probably like almost every year, I would assume. You could fact check that. Um but for the
well,
first
okay,
like
so the two,
five
I'll just
times.
mention the two specific facts, just so we don't have to go into this big thing. But the first one was the one playoff win. He has three. He's played in eight total,
Yeah,
so he's
see?
3-5. And then the second
Yeah.
one
Trash.
was never made it past the first round. He's been
Done it
past the
only
first
once.
round. He's been past the first
Once.
round three times. Um, so yeah, just want to cover it on the pod just so everyone knows. I'm gonna do a better job of holding my guy accountable. I'll do a little bit better job of fact checking. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, this is like fun. This isn't a news story or anything like that. I want to do a little start bench cut with you, Rigo. And
Let's go.
the first one, I've seen quite a lot of. Um, so the first one we're gonna do start bench cut. Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. Let's hear it. And if you need me to say it again, I
Damn.
will.
No, I got it. I am starting Jordan Love, benching Brock Purdy, cutting Trevor Lawrence.
Wow, interesting. Any reason why you didn't pick your guy to start?
Okay, so in the start bench cut thing, is it like that specific player is playing for my NFL roster, like for my team, or is it just like in general?
I would say in general, like if you were running a team, let's just call it like team blank team A, and you're in charge, you're the GM. Who would you? And you have those three guys. Like who are you starting? Who are you cutting? And who are you benching?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guys. And the only
Okay.
reason I chose Jordan Love over Brock Purdy, and nothing against Brock Purdy, because obviously Brock Purdy has more accolades than Jordan Love, is just the
Yeah.
fact that Jordan Love has that more athletic quarterback look than Brock Purdy. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy is not more like accurate with the football, nothing like that. It's just when it comes down to it, like there's certain things that I like, okay, like I would low key want, um, that X factor play. Not saying that Brock Purdy
Yeah.
doesn't really give that. It's just that, like, in certain moments, I'm like, yo, like, he's able to just drop on a dime and get a first down run. You know what I'm saying? It has
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of slighter X factor than Brock Purdy does. That's why I keep Brock Purdy because I don't think Trevor Lawrence is even that dude yet. I think Trevor Lawrence is a fucking bust in the league.
I will say of the three now, if we look at it from like just an objective standpoint, you're not running a team, just you're the judge. I will say that as of this year or this current, I'd say within the last 2 years, Trevor Lawrence by far has the worst roster of the two of the three of them. And I think he's played pretty well, especially this past season. I thought he played pretty well. Um, but you can play as well as you want. If you're not, there's no results behind it, then get fucked basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one
Get fucked,
is,
nerd.
let me see here. I had Justin Herbert. Hold on, I want to make sure I say the
Trash.
right one.
Fucking trash.
Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and shit. Justin Herbert, Jalen
Damn.
Hurts. Damn.
It's already two good players, dude.
Oh man.
But Justin Herbert's trash.
Oh fuck. Damn. I don't know what I did with it. I had it written down. It's gone.
It's all good.
Hold on. Let me just double
Just give
check.
me a
Oh,
player.
okay. It was Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, fucking easy. I am starting Jalen Hurts, benching Justin Herbert, and cutting CJ Stroud.
Okay, fair enough. So even though C.J.
Yeah.
Stroud's had far more success in the playoffs over Justin Herbert, that means nothing to you.
Yeah, just because like looking at what D'Amico Ryans has built for CJ Stroud as far as like he's built that defense where like even if CJ Stroud's struggling super bad, his defense is able to carry him.
Mm-hmm.
Um and like, he can throw picks or whatever and he knows that this defense will carry him. All he has to
Yeah.
do is just not turn the ball over and if he does, I hope the defense can hold him to a stop. That's really given him his, I would say, most of his wins and most of his, it's his crutch. And then Justin Herbert,
Yeah, that's fair.
although although I'm yeah, although like I'm not a big fan of Justin Herbert, he's proven that he's able to do a bit more with what he has so far. Like he doesn't have that crutch of a defense. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say he's had the best luck with wide receivers until like recently, but he chokes every fucking year like Lamar Jackson does. Um, and Jalen Hurts, dude, like I'm very biased. I will say that right now. I love Jalen Hurts. Her knows that I loved him since Bama, since high school. Um, so him coming to the league, like I'm so happy that he won a fucking Super Bowl. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can be like, yo, you're a Niner fan that loves the Jalen Hurts. I don't give a fuck. Jalen Hurts is a fucking dog. I love that dude. That dude's a fucking goat. I want. If I had a Jalen Hurts jersey, which I'm actually planning on getting, I would love to get a signed one, and I'll hang up right there next to my Niner jerseys. That I would hang up right there too.
Can't
You
do
can
it.
call me dumb or whatever. Don't give a fuck. Jalen
All
Hurts
right.
is a dog.
Another one here. Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix.
Oh, easy. Starting Caleb Williams, benching Bo Nix, and cutting. Who was the other one?
Drake May.
Drake May. I do not like Drake May. I think he's fucking trash.
Really?
I think he's fucking cheeky all day. I think he got his ass spanked by Seattle, folded under pressure. And I think Bo Nix is more of a dog. Um, but if we're talking about like quarterback play, I think Bo Nix and Drake May low key kind of the same from like again, obviously the stats I really don't know. I don't have them pulled up, but from the last time I checked, Bo Nix statistically had worse stats than Drake May did. Um, you guys can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that
Yes,
might be
that is
true.
correct.
Uh,
Yeah, that is correct.
um, but I still believe that Bo Nix is he just has that dog in him. Drake May looks like dude you can yell at him and he'll cry, and then obviously Caleb Williams, dude has that it factor, X factor, all of it. Like dude's a dog.
I will say that Bo Nix last year he had 7 game-winning drives and 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Caleb Williams had 6 fourth-quarter comebacks and 6 game-winning drives, and then Drake May had 1 fourth-quarter comeback and 2 game-winning drives. So that kind of tells me that the Patriots in most of his games were kind of already ahead. So, all right,
Hey,
one more. I don't want to. I was gonna do like Josh Allen, Herbert, or Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Lamar, but I think we already know what that answer is gonna be, so I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, let's
Um,
go. Yeah.
we're gonna do the top 3 QBs from last season, statistically speaking. So we're gonna do Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, and Dak Prescott. Start, bench, cut. I've already feel like you're gonna say cut Goff, bench Dak, and start Stafford, but
Yeah,
see
that's
if I know
literally what I
you.
was gonna say.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, 100%.
I know Rigo really well. So, let's do one more then. Sam Darnold, Baker
Okay.
Mayfield,
Damn.
and we're gonna go. Oh man, this is kind of like an easy Joe Burrow, and this isn't Joe Burrow
Hello, I
on,
think.
and we're not talking about Madden either. Where like, because it'd be obvious
Wait,
on Madden, you're gonna
you
say
cut
Joe
off.
Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow,
You cut off. It's you. I so Joe Burrow and who else? The other two?
Baker Mayfield,
Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, and what was the other one?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Joe Burrow. Is it pre Joe Burrow getting hurt?
No,
So it's just him right now.
yeah,
Damn. I'm gonna lean on Sam Darnold, benching Joe Burrow, and cutting the other one, Baker Mayfield.
I didn't Baker. Wow. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I would probably do the same. I really like Baker though, but
I do
um,
too, but he choked at the end of last season, like where he just was going on a losing skit, and
I would
like
just
it's
need to
hard because like yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say like I do need consistency in a quarterback as far as like being healthy, and
Yeah.
Joe Burrow doesn't offer that, and that's why it made it hard. But when Joe Burrow is
Hmm.
playing, like he's a dog, like hands down, probably has go with the shootout against any quarterback in the league and probably win. Um, so yeah, and then obviously fucking the other guy, Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl. He just doesn't turn the ball over, so consistency is key.
Yeah, I just think I would like to see Baker with this group of receivers he has for me to for me to switch him and Joe Burrow because I'm with you. I think I would
Yeah.
start Sam Darnold for sure. All right, man. So that's pretty much it because the rest of these guys, yeah, they're just kind of dookie. So Um, Let me see if I got anything else for you here. Let me see here.
I will say, not football related. I did watch Odyssey.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you,
Um,
how was that?
Honestly, I would give it a 6.2 out of a 10.
Mm. Any reason why?
It's because like if you look at any of his films, right, the director, they all look
Yeah.
the same. Like there was no sort of like, and you guys are gonna be like, it's hard to like. I'm not trying to sound like yo, like I need something different, but I need something different as a director, right? Because like
Yeah.
it's weird to explain because I'm watching this film and there is no development. There's no sort of like difference. Like if you put his film back to back next to each other, it's like every cinematography shot, they all look the same. They're all the same. They're shot the same way. The scenes are the same, or whatever, right? And I'm
Mhm.
not talking about the storyline. The storyline is obviously it's history, right? You know, it is what it is. There's nothing against the
Yeah.
storyline. I'm just specifically speaking about the movie in general as far as cinema and the scenes and stuff like that. Like I didn't see anything where he got out of his element and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna try something a little different." But I'm gonna stick to what I know, but try something a little different. There was none of that. I'm like, bro, I'm literally watching The Dark Knight right now,
That's
and I'm
kind
like,
of
bruh,
crazy, but
like,
I mean, I
you know what
can't
I'm
speak
saying?
because I haven't seen it. So I get from the like in terms of like literally like camera and like the way it actually looks and all that. But um, wow, interesting. 6.2 is a little low for you, especially you're a big Christopher Nolan guy, so that's probably like one
That's what
of
I'm
the
saying.
like
Like I love his
that's
films,
probably
and then like I'm and then I'm trying. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's like really low for Rigo. Like Rigo's a probably like that's probably his favorite director if it isn't like it's one of his top three. So
It's just like what I'm trying to say is like, okay, I get it, right? You stick to what you know and you execute and you be the best at what you do because that's what you do, right? But
yeah,
to a certain degree, like you want to kind of branch off and be like, hey, I'm gonna stick to what I know, but I'm also gonna just add a little bit something different, you know, a little flavor, a little sprinkles to have my signature, like sort of like, yo, I'm still the best at what I do, and I'm still able to
yeah,
do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look across the board of Christopher Nolan fans, you could take a scene from each fucking movie and be like, yo, this is definitely Christopher Nolan, right? But then if you look at other ones, it's like I want to be like, yo, that's Christopher Nolan and some. You know what I'm saying? That's what
yeah.
I'm
I
looking
think
for. Obviously, like people
I
are gonna
almost
look at it
feel like
differently, but
I almost feel like he's kind of become you know, it's kind of similar. I'm not a fashion guy, as everyone knows, but I do feel like it's kind of similar to like like fashion. Like someone comes up and starts wearing pink dolphin. It's like, oh shit, like that's fucking swagged out. Like, you swagged out. And then 2 weeks later, you
yeah,
see like four guys wearing it. And then 2 more weeks later, and you're like, holy shit, everyone's wearing this fucking pink dolphin bullshit, right? And then that person that
yeah,
started wearing the pink dolphin shit, now they're wearing Ralph Lauren, right? So I feel like, and that's kind of, I obviously it's a little bit different in terms of movies and stuff, right? But I feel like with this, like Christopher Nolan's like, oh man, like, did you see The Dark Knight? Yeah, I saw it. It was great, and that whole trilogy was great, by the way. Right, and then he goes on to the
yeah,
next movie, and it's like, man, did you go to see Christopher Nolan? Yeah, it was fucking sick, right? And now all these big time actors, like, hey, like I kind of want to be in the movie. All right, cool, let's get you in. Boom. And now we're getting to the point, like I feel like after Tenet, especially, and Tenet was not a highly like great film in terms of like the average person. A lot of people didn't like it because it's kind of an
dude,
interesting
me and
story. Like
her,
it's not a normal story.
yo,
So
come on,
like it's one of those ones you got to rewatch multiple times to like understand what's going on. But um,
yeah,
and so I feel like especially the Oppenheimer stuff, I feel like a lot of people were like, dude, like I got to get on this cast. And then he started announcing the Odyssey cast, and it's like, oh shit, like, and this is a story that like everyone knows. Like, there's been multiple renditions of this story, so it's not like he wrote this story. Um,
yeah,
but the cast was like fucking A list up the ass, and so I feel like he's kind of losing a little bit of what made him good, which is like taking a couple of B to low A actors and actresses and then having this great story and it all coming together, and it makes it a really good movie. Um, so hopefully he gets back to his roots. But I think they said
Yeah.
his next thing. Obviously, he always takes like a year. He releases a movie like every 3 years. I didn't know that. Um, but they said that his next, or he said his next like thing is he wants to do a horror movie. Um, and I guess this was like kind of a taste of that. Obviously, the story is the story, but there's definitely some horror elements into it as well. So that'll be really interesting to see if he really like dives deep into it and tries to like really go into it, or if he just kind of does what he did here and just dabbles into that space. But um,
Yeah.
I guess one last thing we could talk about pop culture wise. As you guys know, Rigo loves Marvel. I enjoy Marvel as well. They announced the next Black Panther, Riga. Now, we kind of talked about this. Um, what are your thoughts on it,
Not a
if
fan,
you have
bro.
any?
Not a
Not a
fuck.
fan.
Not a fan. No.
Any like specific reason why, or just like just not a fan?
Dude. It's just like obviously the original actor of Black Panther passed away, unfortunately, and I think he was
Yeah,
phenomenal. Filled that
yeah,
role, and it's so sad to see that he's not playing in that role and what Black Panther could have been. So now they're kind of scraped up and try to pick somebody. So like for that reason alone, like I just don't really like Black Panther like that. The same thing I felt about Captain America. You took Steve Rogers out and you put this other dude in there, and I get it. It's like a whole like Marvel thing, right? Like as far as like the story, but like like once you build a character up so high, it's the same reason why they can't move on from Tony Stark playing Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. You can't move on from him and put somebody else in there. You know what I'm saying? Like those sort of like characters are like a staple. So for me, it's like I can't watch another person play um that character, and it's like how they always change Batman up all the time. It's like, dude, you got to stick with somebody and ride with that person the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Like those sort of things. That's why
yeah.
I can't. I'm not a fan.
Well, to be fair, like I know the character's name is T'Challa, but it is technically going to be T'Challa Junior, so it's supposed to be his son. Um,
Nah,
So it's a
don't care.
recast, but it's not. Um, which I think it's gonna be really interesting that they did it like that. I would have just came out and just been like, "Hey, it's fucking T'Challa," and fucking that was the last shit. But that's just me. So it'll be interesting how they're gonna kind of figure this out. But I like me personally. I feel like Batman is a To me, Batman's a little bit different. Like I feel like there's been
Dude, there's a
such.
new Batman every year.
Yeah, but like, okay, so like the Robert Pattinson one, like for example, that was day one was already an off. Like that had nothing to do with the original DC that they were dealing with Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck. So like to me, it's like a whole other, and it doesn't play like a normal Batman movie anyway. Like it was really grounded. So um but I get what you're getting at though too. Like it gets kind of annoying to be like, oh, I'm invested in this. Let's say Ben Affleck or Christian Bale. I'm invested. I'm invested. We're doing somebody else. It's the same. It's like anything else. It's like, oh man, hey, we got a good coach here, and then 2 years later, it's like,
Yeah.
we're going to a different coach, and then 2 years later, we're going to a different guy.
Yeah.
It's like being a fan of the Raiders, basically. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit more tolerant of it. So, um, but yeah, really interesting. Obviously, there's some Doomsday stuff, which is great. And then I think you're telling me you have plans to go see the new Spider-Man. Scale 1 to 10.
I
How
do. I'm super
excited are you to
excited.
see that?
Solid 9, dude. Super fucking
Wow.
excited.
I wish you guys could
But the,
know the conversations I had with this guy about Spider-Man like 3, 4 years ago, because this guy used to be like, "Oh, Spider-Man, fuck him." Like 2 out of 10, like don't want to see it. And now this guy's 9 out of 10. So that tells you the kind of job uh, Marvel did to kind of get this thing going again. Or I guess you give Sony a little credit too, but um, yeah,
yeah.
Rigo's back with Spider Man. Rigo's back.
Hell yeah. But you have any last comments before we head off here, Herno?
Uh, no, I think that's it for the most part. I don't think anything's coming to my head at the moment. So yeah, let's wrap this baby up.
All right. Hey, like Fuck, I didn't even know how I was gonna say that. But anyways, thank you guys. Had a brain fart there. Thank you guys for fucking tuning into us. We love and appreciate you guys giving us support and coming out there to fact check me, Herno. Appreciate that. Always love when people leave stuff in the comments or friends of friends recommend certain things. It's all good.
Oh,
It's
you know
always
what?
love.
I hate to interrupt. I gotta bring up this comment that was from YouTube. Um, because I sent it to Rigo. I thought it was hilarious more than anything. Um, so this guy commented, and he just basically used it was the Lamar clip from last week or 2 weeks ago, that I put on TikTok and all that, and he basically was saying that Rigo's argument was dumb, that the playoffs aren't easy to win and all this stuff. Rigo, do you think Michael Vick was a good quarterback? Yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
Was Philip Rivers a good quarterback? Yes or no?
Nah,
Was Tony Romo a good quarterback? Yes or no?
nah,
And the last one was Jeff Garcia, the pride of Gilroy. Was he a good quarterback? Yes or no?
no.
There you go. So your fucking comment was irrelevant, basically, because Rigo doesn't think any of those guys are good. So, yeah, I just wanted to fucking talk about that real quick because I thought it was great. I love when you guys comment because I immediately send it to Rigo and I'm like, dude, look at this guy. So anytime you
I
guys
think it's
comment,
hilarious.
yeah, it's fantastic. So shout out to
Like
you guys
obviously the
commenting.
fucking yeah. Obviously the
Um,
fucking playoffs are not easy. That's why you got to go out there and win them. But yeah, you got a quarterback that's won two MVPs. Fact check me on that. And fucking is super great in the regular season, but when it goes to the playoffs, fucking freezes up like a damn deer in the headlights. Like,
well,
what are we talking about?
I thought that was the funniest thing too. Like in that same comment, he talks about, oh, the playoffs aren't easy. Like you got to play in inclement weather. It's like, bro, like the fucking playoffs usually go through Kansas City or Buffalo. Like all those guys, like let's use Kansas City as the example. Mahomes has to play in shit weather all the time. So like to say like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so hard. It's like, well, no shit, and he does it every year. He gets in the playoffs, the Super Bowl. What are you talking about? Um, but yeah, please, anytime I put up a short,
Anyway,
a little video, hey man, just like it up, post it up, subscribe. I think on YouTube we're at like 12, we're at double digit subscribers for the first time in a while. So, shout out to you guys. I try
appreciate
to
you
do my
guys.
I try to do my best to post up clips and just kind of keep the feeds alive with content. So shout out to you guys, always liking,
Yeah.
repost and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna keep pushing. But yeah, Rigo, let's get us out of here before I
All right,
figure out
all
something else to talk about.
right. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in and watching us and listening to us and all our takes and everything like that. Especially leaving the comments. We love that. Like, comment, subscribe to us on YouTube, TikTok, and social media and all our platforms. We love it. We love you guys. And thank you for continuing to support us in every way that we can. Um, Hearn, my brother, appreciate you too. It's my
Yes,
host,
sir.
Mr. Hernia, aka Stays Herney, and your host, Mr. Hollywood himself, Mr. Rigo. And that's us wrapping this episode and signing us off, baby. Peace.